Welcome to Mixed Chat, the podcast where we dive into the fascinating world of aviation with a guest expert from around the globe. I'm Evgeny, your host, and today I have a great pleasure to have with me Yulia Zakharkina. She is the CEO of Aston Sky, Paris Le Bourget, I tried my best to do it good in French, airport. So Yulia, thank you very much for coming and being here with us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. It's my
Great,
great
welcome
pleasure.
to the show. Welcome to the show, Yulia. So, first question to our listeners, if someone who is not from the aviation industry and the first time they hear the term FBO, these three magical letters, what all of this about?
I think I would describe it more like a place where we prepare the flight to be done for the
Uh-huh.
preparation. And I think it's like a place that is mixing a spa salon for aircraft,
Spa salon for
spa
aircraft, really?
salon for
Wow.
aircraft, and five-star hotel probably for passengers and the crew. Because the aircraft is taken care of, it's the aircraft is cleaned, the aircraft is prepared for the flights, and while the passengers are in the lounge, preparing themselves, making like meeting with their friends, sipping some champagne, and just enjoying some time before taking off.
Interesting. Talking about this, I know that Aston Sky, your FBO in Paris, it's well known for the top-notch services. What sets you apart? What do you think? What is that special for the customers you offering?
First of all, thank you for the kind words. Thank you.
Yes.
I think I should start by the fact that Aston Sky was opened in 2019, so it makes us the most modern FBO in Le Bourget. It's the newest one, very nicely refurbished, design made. We have some lounges for passengers and crew, which consist of several very nice spaces. With fireplace, with wine cellar, with piano playing
Wine
music.
cellar, really?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, wine
Piano
cellar.
music, you said?
Yes,
Yeah, you have a piano,
yes,
like a real
yes.
piano at the FBO. Wonderful.
So the passengers can just enjoy and relax and like having full experience.
Do you have like a pianist touch
Oh
play?
yes. The live music is like probably every Friday. So
Every
yeah.
Friday you have the live music. Interesting. Wonderful. Thank you very much. It's very, very interesting. It seems like to be very challenging to provide all these services to your customers.
Well,
And
we
what
actually,
about you?
sorry to interrupt
Yes. No,
you.
no problem. Go ahead.
So we actually are helped by our concierge service, which is like a proper concierge service to FBO. So we have a concierge that is taking care of art installations, of our passengers, of our crew. We have butlers, we have valets, everything that is probably the atmosphere of a five-star proper palace.
Interesting. Well, your definition was absolutely right. Like a spa center for aviation, for the business jets and for your customers. Interesting. And what about you? We talk about our companies and the services you're providing, but what about you? Because you are the CEO of Aston Sky. I think it's very challenging for you to manage everything there. So can you tell us a little bit about your professional journey and what led you to the current role of CEO?
Actually, I started my career in aviation like a little bit surprisingly because I was working in events sector. So I was invited to the interview to a trip support actually. And after passing the interview, I started to be a supervisor on the ground. I was trained for several months and started to take care of their aircraft on the ground. So basically, after that, I developed my commercial skills and started being promoted in the same company, being sales and business development, and then being the manager. And last year, I took a new position of commercial director in Aston Sky and was promoted to be a general manager and CEO basically because I'm taking care of both parts. Yeah, I'm taking care of both parts like general management and commercial management as well.
Good. How many people you have at your FBO?
I take care of 43 people.
43 souls. Oh my gosh, it's too much. It's difficult sometimes. I have two kids, and sometimes for me it's so difficult to manage two of them, but you have 30, no, sorry, 43 of them.
43, but you know, I have to say, our staff is very, very big enthusiasts, and it's a big pleasure to be in the head of such a company because they're very motivated, they love aviation, and they are just giving it all for the customers.
Yeah. That's the best. Thank you very much. It's very interesting. You know, when we talk about the products, so you have amazing product. It's new. You just opened it in 2019, you said, right? Good. Of course, all of us, we have competitors. Of course, there's so many choices on the market everywhere. So, of course, customer can choose from one side or another. And I think the one of the most, for me at least, difficult thing is to keep and maintain the customer loyalty. So what means this loyalty for you? How do you think you can manage it, and what can you offer from your side to keep and maintain the customer loyalty to you?
Well, first of all, I think the customer loyalty is based on operational excellence. To make the service excellent is the base. You cannot take the customer and being loyal for just like one-shot operations, right? You have to project. So you have to project yourself in the services, in the development of your services, in being the best, in understanding the customer, putting your customer first, and being here for him. So building this relationship between the customer and you or your FBO or your service, whatever you propose. Like, you know, in our FBO, for example, we propose everything starting from handling and fuel and landing permits, and we also take care of the part of concierge service. So basically it's like transfers.
And all the services for the aircraft as well. For example, I don't know, pushback, toilet service, water service,
oh, yes,
all this
yes.
stuff.
Equipment,
Yes, you're doing
yes,
all
of
the.
course. Everything.
So you have your own equipment.
Yes, we have our.
You have your own equipment.
Our
Oh,
own
interesting.
Equipment. We have our own parking. So basically, yes, everything on the ramp is taken care of.
So you have your parking.
Yes, yes, we have.
Oh,
our
interesting. So whenever customer is asking for a parking and they couldn't find parking in another place, probably they can come to you and find the parking they're looking for. Now you have this very worldwide famous event, Olympic Games. When it is August?
It's at the end of July. So we have the opening ceremony on 26th of July. Yes.
26th of July. So for sure you have a lot of requests for right now.
Oh yes, actually it's like quite busy period for us. So we started to be prepared even the last year. So little by little we are here and we are already prepared to welcome our customers.
Good, good, interesting. We all. You're talking about the operation and the excellence on the operation, and we're talking about the business jet, which is a very specific part of our aviation. And we know that it's not just only passenger and a plane. We have so many companies and people in the middle of operations, starting from the brokers, airport itself, fuelers, fuel trucks, and flight support companies. MixJet is the flight support company, and we provide services, everything like just in this back wall, doing fuel, flight planning, permits, handling arrangements. For example, for us, having a trusted partner on the ground like FBO, it's so important. So when we have our customers asking for Paris, we will probably, for sure, suggest to use Aston Sky FBO. So how do you think, from your perspective, probably from the operational side, this connection between flight support, trip support companies and FBO handlers?
Well, I think trip support brings a lot to FBO. Look, especially when the FBO is small and it's not a part of the chain FBO, like worldwide chain, right? It's very difficult to be seen overseas. So basically, For me, like an FBO in Europe, Asia, or USA is the market where some of the clients, especially private or corporate jets, they will probably not know who is Aston Sky, what they are proposing, what is exactly this FBO doing. So even if we send presentation, they will probably not have this trust that they have in some flight support or trip
Some
support
flight supports, yes, exactly.
that they're working with, so that they can recommendate, yes,
Yeah, you're
recommend
absolutely right. It's
this
all about the
FBO.
recommendation.
Yeah.
You mentioned it because in flight support, for example, we provide fuel services and we have access to a lot of customers, as you just mentioned, around the globe, you know. And when they're requesting us fuel services, for example, in a certain location, we can, of course, offer them a very good partner and the option for handling FBO on the ground. So this way,
Exactly.
I think it's all about this commercial help to each other to promote our services, promote our name and the brand and the global level.
Yeah.
Good. Interesting. Yeah, it was interesting opinion. Thank you for your valuable insight. And now today it's the first day of EBACE. And EBACE was so special event through the years, and we've been attending EBACE for many years for now. And it still keep being one of the most important events in the business aviation in Europe, you know. But I can tell that lately there has been so many, I heard at least, so many controversial opinion about the EBACE, not because it's bad or good, you know, but because we're trying to understand and to figure out the professional from the aviation if EBACE should to remain like being the same, on the same format or at the same place. It's not a secret that year by year you can see EBACE to get smaller and smaller. We can even see it on the spaces. We can see that a lot of a lot of operators, manufacturers, they're leaving and not exhibiting, you know, even longer. So the thing is, for us people who are traveling so much in the different events in the world, you know, what do you think about if the event itself? Is it productive for you or not?
Um, I would say EBACE would always stay my reference, my personal reference, because EBACE was my first show, aviation show.
Really?
That I
When was
visited.
it? What year was the first time?
Several years ago, you know, like probably 6 years ago, right? But it will always stay my reference, my personal reference. Um, Look, there is so many different things in a base. There is like some market insight, some industry players, some operators, some maintenance, some trip supports, statics, manufacturers. It's so many different parts, and everyone is mixing together. It's quite central in Europe, so it's easy accessible.
It's easy
And
accessible, yes, yeah.
I think EBACE should be here. Well, what the question, yes, the question is about the place. I like Geneva, you know, like it's a quite accessible place in terms of airport and city center.
But what about the prices? They're not that much accessible.
Yes, the
I can tell that sometimes they get like insane prices, you know, crazy prices when we talk about the hotels.
Well, every show, you know, every show brings raise of the prices. Of course, eBay's show, you know, it's so popular that it brings like so many people to the city that it's like they have to keep up with that.
Would you like to suggest something to EBACE? Some improvements to do? Maybe what do you like to see? Maybe more planes on the static display, or what would
I
you
would
be?
say that probably we live in the era of digital. So, digital and AI would be something to integrate in the show and probably integrate more parts of the world to participate on the show. Not everyone has the opportunity to come here. So the people who don't have opportunity, they still have to be connected somehow, or they can have this access to everything that is going on in the show, and to be even for those who are here, I think it's missing a little bit of interactivity, you know, something new, something digital, something interesting, something that will make everyone in, you know.
Just to be in. Good. And what do you think, like an NBAA, we go to NBAA events in United States and they switch the cities, one time it's in Las Vegas, another time it's in Orlando, another time it's Los Angeles or San Francisco, San Diego. What do you think if it would be possible to do it EBACE, keep doing EBACE, but in different places in Europe? Where would you like it to see? What city? Probably it's gonna be your favorite city in Europe.
Well, first of all, the idea of changing cities, I think it's a brilliant idea. It's brilliant idea. You, okay, we are all professionals. We are all coming here to make business, but sometimes it's just nice to come to some different place and not coming to the same city probably. So I'm totally for changing.
So would you invite EBACE to Paris?
With pleasure. With pleasure.
It's pleasure. I would invite to Barcelona for sure. Good.
Yes,
yeah.
Paris would be nice to be like a next,
Like a new
yes,
next destination where
next
EBACE.
destination, like a French touch. Why not? So many countries, you know, so many nice cities, and probably even being making it not in the biggest city, but something that is not so big and not so well known. It would be very much appreciated, probably by the public as well.
Yeah, good. So thank you very much. Has been very interesting chat with you, Yulia. Thank you very much for joining us today. And yes, and to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to share, to click and like, and to just comment something that we have just started, and we very will be appreciating all your support. So thank you again, Yulia, for being with us. Thank you for being at the show. Stay tuned, more episodes to come.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye.